Oh, so this is a good contest.
And Barry, our Indian fighter, is going to be looking to upset the apple cart against.
And here we go, round number one. Bishara Sabbar out the red corner and Mohd Azahar in the blue. Sabbar just taking the centre of the ring nicely there. Just controlling the space early on in this round, Barry.
Yeah, he's coming nice and sharp. He just looks a little bit too tense, maybe. He just needs to relax those shoulders a bit. Trying to be explosive with every punch, and that's good. But you know, as we've seen in the past with Azahar, he can take a good shot, quite durable, tucks up really well. So you've got to be able to just don't run out of steam too early. It's an 8-round contest, so you've got a lot of time to build into it.
Yeah, Azahar is very dangerous on the counter punch. We've seen that in the past with him. His record would suggest that as well. 7 of his 8 wins have come by the way of KO. So Sabbar has to be careful early here.
And you don't want to lose that speed, of course, but you want to be nice and fast. But yeah, just relax the shoulders a little bit. Just a little bit too tense here. But it's a good, still good positive start. He's taking this end of the ring, trying to push Azahar back there with that front foot. And he's now he's well aware of that counter, so he's looking to just swing himself off balance there.
Yeah, no knockdown there. Just missed with that left hook, lost his footing. Sabbar just looking for those openings, just dipping, trying to create the openings, trying to set the traps early in this round.
But then when you're up against something like Azahar, who does look like the block or counter or fire off your punches, you've got to double that jab up. It's harder to fire off those combination punches and a lot easier off single shots.
Well, this is where Azahar's comfortable, isn't he? He likes being on the back foot. He likes counter-punching on that back foot. He's dangerous with those left hooks. Also very dangerous with the right hands. We've seen that in the past with him.
But he'll soak up your pressure, won't he? So the idea is to make him look for you. And that's when you advance, you go forward, you land with a couple of punches. And is what you do after the punch is very important. You have to take that movement off to the side. That's good, though. They're a little feint, just looking to find a different angle of attack there, Sabbar.
Yep, Sabbar just trying to create an opening, isn't he? He's just touching, slipping, sliding, just doesn't want to take any risks early. He knows that Azahar is heavy-handed and he's doing the right thing at the moment. He's controlling the space in there, but not taking any chances early in this first round.
He's just waiting a little bit too long because he's aware of Azahar can hit him on the counter. He's just waiting a little bit too long, but I just feel that that's because he's throwing single shots. If he doubles it up with that jab, doubles it up a little bit, even if he changes the angle of the shot. That's better.
Nice work from Sabbar there, yep. Switched the attacks to the body, landed a good left hook in there as well. But Azahar does look dangerous on the counter.
And he doesn't panic under pressure, does he? Azahar, you see that. We've seen it before, we see it already. Tonight, it's a good right hook.
Well, nice start there from Sabbar. He was controlling the space well. Azahar was looking dangerous with the counter punches. Here we saw some of the action in that first round, Barry.
Well, we're showing there that he is dangerous with the counter punches, but when Sabbar throws in combinations, Azahar makes it's more difficult for him to hit the target clean. When he threw single shots, that's when Azahar could land that little short, sharp right hook. But I thought Sabbar didn't have to win the round, but it was a round he had to be thoughtful about. I just think if he relaxes more, he'll have more success because the punches will be just a little bit more fluid, I would say.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Sabbar had to show respect there. He has to be respectful because Azahar, as we know, is a dangerous fighter, a dangerous counter puncher. Azahar just taking his time coming out of the corner there. Referee David Owen just sorting out the shorts. And away we go, beginning of round 2, and Sabbar comes out fast. Starts like he means business here in this second round.
Got to work off that feint though, Sabbar. The way he throws that feint, so much energy into it. It's not a smooth movement, so he has to make sure when he does it that he fires off it.
Yeah, you're right, Barry, in what you say. Just needs to relax a little bit, doesn't he? Everything looks a little bit tense and a little bit robotic from Sabbar. That's better there. Good right hand went in, switched it well to the body as well.
Yeah, and did the right thing by stepping off. You could say that he should have stayed there and worked away, but something was coming back. So I think he did the right thing just to take a little move back.
Yep, he recognises Azahar is dangerous with those hooks on the counter, so he's doing the right thing here. He's shuffling his feet in and out of range. Just fell short there with the right hand, but not taking any chances. Being creative with the jab as well, switching it body and head.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing there. When he threw a couple of jabs to the body, then he just trying to get a bit more variety in the work.
Just seems to have turned the screw a little bit here in the second round. Sabbar there, we see that little step across, creating the space there. Nice work with the footwork there, Barry.
Yeah, and even though actually, he probably went too far out there on the outside, because he allowed Azahar an escape route. But the idea of cricking your feet up, I think, you just see when they crick their feet up, there's more explosive work and movements than it is tensing up and trying to punch so hard. Oh, good counter there with a right hook there from Azahar.
Yeah, that's where he's dangerous. That right hook over the top. Sabbar has to be careful that when he throws that shot and he's in the pocket, he can't come back with that left hand low. Because that's the danger shot for him. That right hook counters the one.
I always think with the southpaw as well, when you take that step on the outside against southpaw, double. If you can land with that right hand, throw it again.
That was nice from Azahar.
Again,
nice little short shot on the inside.
Yeah, he got inside the jab there, didn't he, Sabbar there? And Sabbar, just a little mark in there, maybe underneath his left eye. Don't know if that's a scar of the past or whether it's a little bit of reddening. Competitive. I mean, yeah. I don't think Azahar's doing enough work, but he's making Sabbar think all the time.
Listen, you can tell Azahar is dangerous because Sabbar is taking no chances here. He's trying to set the jabs. He's being very creative with the jab to the body and the head. Good work there from Sabbar. Nice right hand followed by the left hook. Left hook to the body as well. Azahar smiles, draws him in.
Do you know why Sabbar had success there? Relaxed. How much fluid his work was when he relaxed his shoulders. That was a good little finish to the round there for him.
Honey, I see you looking at me.
Yep, another good round there from Bishara Sabbar. He works well, he's being creative with that jab, not taking any chances, doing just enough, Barry, to win the round. But Azahar looks dangerous still in there, especially with that right hook counter out of southpaw stance.
Yeah, there was a spell in the round, sort of like beginning to the middle of the round, where I thought Azahar was picking him off. I thought he was just tying him really right with that right hook. He was getting, as you mentioned, inside the jab, but then he just wasn't busy enough, and I just think he got outworked there by Sabbar. And certainly in the end of that round there was Sabbar relax those shoulders a bit, let those punches flow a little bit more fluently, and he finished the round quite strong there. So it's a good fight. Listen, on paper it was always a competitive sort of fight, but this is really making young Sabbar have to think about his work, which is good to see.
Cornermen slow out the ring there. There goes the bell for the beginning of the third round. Sabbar comes out, lands a good solid jab, stiff jab. The beginning of the third round here. Azahar took the shot well. He looks like he wants to now get off with his shots. He's changed the pattern of the fight. He's going to start pushing Sabbar on the back foot now.
And that'll be interesting to see how Sabbar copes with that, and if Azahar can be as effective moving forward against a guy who's probably quicker than him.
Well, tactically, it's the right thing for Azahar to do, isn't it? Because he lost the first couple of rounds. It wasn't working on the back foot on the counter. So really, he needs to meet fire with fire now, try and mix it up and take Sabbar out of his own rhythm.
Yeah, and just showing a good left hand there from Azahar. Sabbar showing some good response there. Holding his feet too long, having to take a couple of shots back.
Yeah, good right hook over the top there from Azahar, and that's right on the eye that you was talking about there, Barry. Definitely a bit of reddening there.
Yeah. Good, just little movements there from Azahar, just to making Sabbar think his work, I think, at times. He landed with a good right hand there. He's got to feint with the feet all the time.
Yeah.
Feint, half a step out, come back in.
That's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to start being a bit more creative. We saw a little bit of that in the first round and the second round. He's mixing up with the shots. He's trying to break the guard of Azahar, but Azahar is a dangerous guy and he seems very comfortable in there himself.
Yeah, but that was better there from Sabbar. He threw 4 punches that missed the target. I don't think that's a bad thing, because I think he did it, but it allowed him to sort of walk forward behind the shots. And then he got in the range then, and because he was already loose because he'd thrown the shots, he played off a nice little 3-punch combination.
As we've seen with Azahar in the past, you know, he's one of those guys that likes to box on the back foot, dangerous on the counter, but he can be explosive as well. I suppose the million-dollar question is, has he got that adaptability? Can he fight on the front foot? Because that's probably where he's going to get most success.
You would think so. And for Sabbar, what he has to do is what he does after he throws the punches is important. You've got to move that. I talk about it all the time. It's so important. That semicircle around the body. When your front foot's in the centre of the stance, you've got to pivot left or right every time you throw a shot or a combination. You have to move off.
Yeah, Lomachenko, as we know, is the master of that. He really introduced that into boxing in a big way, didn't he?
But you don't have to have his footwork. It's good work here from Sabbar. And there's that sneaky little right hook there from Azahar.
Yeah, good little spelling around here from Sabbar. Got through with a nice little 1-2. Just sent the sweat spraying from Azahar's head there.
He's doing enough to win the rounds, Sabbar, and he's winning them, and he's boxing well. But Azahar's keeping him honest, giving him reminders every now and again that he can be competitive if he wants to be.
Yeah, Sabbar is definitely winning the rounds, but he's not having it all his own way, Barry. I think that Azahar is definitely making him work for this, and the right eye would suggest that, because there is marking under the right eye of Sabbar. Azahar is having his own successes as well.
He is, but then this is the sort of fight you want for a young prospect in Sabbar. You know, a guy with a winning record. It's for a title of sorts, a youth title, over 8 rounds. It's a good. He needs to be able to not just do the 8 rounds and look impressive. He needs to be able to engage his brain. And I think this is the perfect fight for that, because he's having to think about new things in pretty much every round so far.
Starting to raise their voices a little bit in the Sabbar corner. Trying to get their man pumped up a little bit here. And here we go, beginning of round 4. Sabbar again taking the centre of the ring. Sabbar in the white shorts. Azahar in the red shorts with the white waistband.
Didn't need to do that there. Azahar, he had Sabbar when he wanted him, really. He just needed to believe in himself and let his punches go.
Azahar just needs to start pushing forward and taking control of the pace himself if he wants to start winning these rounds. Sabbar, at the moment, just doing enough in there. He's being very clever in what he does, very crude in what he does, trying to be creative. He's using all that amateur experience, over 160 fights as an amateur, travelled the world internationally, boxing for his country, etc. And he's going to need all that boxing IQ in there right now, Barry.
Yeah, that adaptability that you need as a world-class amateur. You know, as you know yourself, you know that you don't get to know your opponent half the time. You have to think on your feet and work around the problems in real time, and that stands you in good stead when you step at the levels in the pro game, of course. But he's boxing all right. I do feel though that there's more to come here from Azahar. I do think that, he could do more here. He's allowing Sabbar here to just again, it's another tight round which not much is happening. Clean, his shots are really being landed, but he's just allowing Sabbar just to take the lead again.
Yeah, you know, you feel there's more from both of these guys, actually. There's a little bit of a chess match going on. Both guys showing respect. Azahar, as we know, is heavy-handed, especially with those right hook counters. And Sabbar just doesn't want to take that risk. Good shots there from Sabbar, starting to drill those shots into the stomach.
Yeah, one of them slayed a little bit low, but let's not talk about low blows this week at least. Good job there from Sabbar. But before that body attack, he did land with a nice little straight right hand through the guard as well there, Sabbar. So Getting a little bit more purchase on the shots.
Yeah,
But again, he should roll, sorry, Spence. He should roll there, Sabbar. Oh, good shot there from Azahar. He could throw that shot, any shot, and stay there, just roll underneath. You know the hook's coming. That shot's coming every time. You can roll underneath that. You got a free shot of your own there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, finish on the roll, not on the punch. And when you finish on the roll, that creates another opening.
I like that. Yeah, both waiting too long, but it's Sabbar who's being the more proactive of the two, and that's what's gonna, in tight rounds, is gonna win him the rounds. Good
Nice
shot.
right hand there, Sabbar. Just feinted the jab down to the body, drilled the right hand over the top. Good shot there. Good finish to the round. Another round in the bank here for Sabbar. Well, Barry doesn't really tell the story of this contest here. We've got it 4 rounds to 0 in favour of Bishara Sabbar, but Azahar has been playing his part in a decent little contest here. He's looked dangerous at times.
Yeah, he has, especially in his first 2 rounds, I thought. I mean, but that last round there, he's not so dangerous, I didn't think. You know, he just looked a little bit slower, or Sabbar up the pace either way. No, I think waiting too long for Azahar there is costing him dearly here, because whether you straight pass a round or win it conclusively, it's still a round against you, and that's 4 rounds on a spin now there for young Sabbar, and now he's in the ascendance here, full of confidence, and it's up to Azahar now to really take the play away from him.
Yeah, it's all about Azahar now sort of rolling the dice a little bit here. You feel that he's got to start taking the gamble a little bit if he wants to get himself back into this one. Here we go, beginning of round 5. Sabbar's out, he's ready to go. Azahar a little slow out from his corner.
I think Azahar just got to let his punches go. Once he lands that counter hook, just work off it.
Yeah, I've seen Azahar in the past, and you know, like he goes through phase 1, phase 2. What I mean by that, people that won't understand that, is that he'll throw a combination of punches, then he'll go quickly again. I've seen him do that, so we know he's got it in the locker, but at the moment he's just showing a little bit too much respect to Sabbar, and he's playing Sabbar's game, because Sabbar's the one that is sort of controlling the pace of this fight and controlling the space with his feet. You know, them little feints and, you know, little jabs down to the body, etc. is what's winning in these rounds.
Yeah, and that front foot he's got, he's always threatening with that front foot, and that's maybe putting Azahar under a little bit more pressure than he usually like, but still, there you go. See, when he is a little bit more proactive, he can have success. Oh, solid jab there though from Sabbar.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sabbar got caught a little bit there himself. He just seemed to dip at the knees. Perhaps it was a clash of...
Oh, good shot there from Sabbar. Lovely long right hand.
Yeah, looking good. Nice work there from Sabbar. Well,
and again with the right hand. Standing clean now.
yeah, he's just starting to break through here, isn't he? But there's a response there from Azahar. Just a little reminder there. Don't be cheeky, mate. Well, I've just had the scores in for the WBC. After 4 rounds, the scores are 40-36, 40-36, and 39-37, all in favour of the champion, Sabbar. So, as we expected, Azahar needs to start turning it up a little bit here. He needs to sort of stop boxing on that back foot, waiting to counter punch. He needs to now take the play. He needs to take the initiative if he wants to get himself back into this one.
Yeah, but he started quite sprightly in this round, Azahar, but now, that's lovely there from Sabbar there, beautiful work. But again, because he's had some success here, Sabbar, in the second half of the contest, and clearly taken over the round, he's full of confidence now. When you're confident, you are more relaxed, more fluent, more adventurous with your work.
Yep, Sabbar's oozing confidence at the moment, isn't he? He's throwing those shots and he's rolling on the shots as well now, Barry, what we was talking about earlier on in the last round, and that creates more openings. And yeah, he just seems to have slipped into a rhythm here, Sabbar. I don't know if Azahar he's feeding the pace a little bit, or Sabbar's just turning it up a little bit, but showing his class here. Another good round there for Bishara Sabbar. He controlled that one, Barry. Probably the clearest round of the fight so far.
Yeah, and I think so. I think at the start there, I thought Azahar was quite well and came out maybe to try and nick around, claw around back, but he never. He went back into his shell a little bit, looking to be the counter puncher, and that allowed Sabbar then to get some confidence. And what was more notable in that round from Sabbar, it was more than single shots. He was throwing them in combinations, and even the single shots, there was a smaller gap before he threw the next single shot. I think the confidence is building for him now.
What has he got to do now to turn this around? Do you think that he's sort of got to roll the dice a little bit more, not to throw the kitchen sink at it, because that's probably a little bit too early in the contest, but he needs to make change, Barry. If it's not broke, don't fix it, but he needs to fix it.
He can throw his punches, he can land on the target, he hadn't hurt Sabbar, but he can hit him clean. He got to believe in himself, let his punches go. I think he can throw in combinations, and I do think he'd have success, but he's not willing to do it yet.
Well, here we go, beginning of round 6. Azahar starting on that front foot. You feel that he may know that he's behind on the scorecards here, and he's got to do something slightly different. He needs to start letting those punches go, maybe not singles, needs to start putting the combinations together. Nice little right hook over the top there.
But then from that right hook, so he lands with a good shot, the sweat sprays up the head of Sabbar, and where's the follow-up? And that's the difference. He's not committing to the attacks. He's landing with a good shot, and then there's no follow-through when he needs it. And he's capable of doing it, by the way.
Yeah, we've seen that in the past. We do know that he's got that in his lock-up. He is capable of doing that, but is it a case of Sabbar just cancelling that out? He's got great foot movement. If you watch his feet, he shuffles into range, shuffles out of range. He's got good lateral movement as well. Looks like a great prospect, Sabbar. His kids only had 6-0, 4 of those wins coming by the way of knockout, and this is a big step up for him in his career right now.
No, it is. It's a title fight. It's a big step up. He's boxing a guy who's got a winning record, who can punch. So he's boxed really well. He has to be there. He just hit as a whole low with the right hand below the belt, and you got to be careful because there's been a few that have traded low, and the referee have let him go because they haven't been too bad, and there's been no effect from the shot. Just got to be aware of that now, though. Again, showing the quick feet there, Sabbar just skipping all distance.
Yeah, there's been a difference in this contest, I think, is the footwork from Sabbar has just been that little bit quicker. Azahar is one of those guys that likes to be a bit more explosive. That's better work from Azahar. That's what he needs to do. He needs to build on that now, Barry.
Exactly. If that doesn't give him belief in himself now, then nothing will. I think we've shown when he lets his punches go, like we presumed that he could, he would have success. And to be fair, he's having a good round here, Azahar. Oof. As I say it.
Yeah, just shook him down to the soles of his boots. That one, he was pushing forward and walked straight onto a jab. You see the legs just do a little dip there. Sabbar sensed that. You can just see that he's trying to turn it up a little bit here now.
I think he needs a strong finish here as well, Sabbar, if he can find it. I think that, apart from that shot, I think Azahar has had a decent round here.
Yeah, totally agree. 30 seconds left in round 6. And Sabbar maybe losing this one.
But a couple of solid left hands, though, good swinging in his favour, of course. Good work, though, there from Azahar. Oh, nice fast jab from Sabbar.
Yeah, both guys starting to sit down a little bit more now on their shots, aren't they?
Well, as fatigue sets in, you haven't got that bounce in your step of you, I guess. As tighter you get, you add more flat-footed, and that'll force you to throw heavier shots.
Nice 1-2 there from Sabbar. Azahar acknowledged that one, acknowledged it with a smile. But the whole of the round, Barry, for me, or the majority of the round, was won by Mohd Azahar. I think he was the one that done the better work. He was the one that's having the success. Sabbar finished the round strong, but let's take a look at some of the action in that round.
Yeah, he came out with a little bit of intent in that round, didn't he, Azahar, I thought. It was a little bit busier throughout, landing with the cleaner shots and even though Sabbar was never even hurt really, but he just slow off the mark, I thought. But at the end of the round, then he did finish strong, and there was more purchase in all of his punches than Azahar, so he has an argument for the round, but I agree with you. I do think that, you know, for me, it's quantity over quality in that round, and Azahar nicks a round back.
Yeah, decent little contest this one as we approach the penultimate round, round number 7. Sabbar's up, he's ready to go. Azahar is as well, and here we go. You just feel now that Azahar has fallen behind on those scorecards. Have been very competitive rounds. He's had his successes, but he's fallen behind on the scorecards. And Barry, the advice surely in the corner would be, you need to go for it, son.
You think so, but you know, if that judge that had him winning one round in those first 4 rounds gives him that round as well. Sorry, pardon me. Gives him that round as well, then you know, he's on the one card. He's in with a win if he can win these rounds. But either way, he has to win these next 2 rounds. I think it's all in Sabbar's capabilities, as we're seeing here. If he can finish strong to dominate these next 2 rounds, I think it's in him to do it.
Yeah, good work there from Sabbar, switching the hooks up to the head and to the body, really sitting down on those shots. Azahar took the shots well. But this is where I'd like to see Azahar now, just sort of rolling the dice a little bit, taking a gamble, moving the foot into range before letting the hands go. Don't try and close the gap with your punches. Close the gap with your feet and then let the shots go. Both guys landing simultaneous there. Azahar seems to be the one come off worse.
Yeah, Sabbar feel like he did the better work there, didn't he? Oh, lovely left hook there though, from the southpaw stance there from Azahar. Yeah, but Sabbar needs to just, you know, just put his punches together now a little bit more now. Just start a little bit faster, put a little bit more pressure here on Azahar and just take the play off him a little bit.
Yep, been a good round this one. Tough one to split. Sabbar maybe just doing enough on that front foot.
He did the feint there, bent the legs there. Sabbar, he could have thrown that right hand. Just didn't let it go.
Got a good boxing IQ, Sabbar. For a guy that's only had 6 contests, you know, he controls the space well. His patience is good. He's got, you know, he's got a good variety of punches. Azahar is a dangerous counter puncher as well. It's been a decent contest, this.
Yeah, that's because you can see Sabbar. He's trying to lure. And he knows there's a danger attached to him. He's trying to lure on, isn't he? Azahar, he's trying to lure him on and trying to throw the punch.
Trying to set the traps.
Yeah.
He's trying to set the traps.
But he knows there's a risk attached to that as well. He knows, you know, he's heavy-handed and he's fast off the mark there, Azahar.
Good body shot went in. That body shot, you know, when a fighter acknowledges the shot going in, and Azahar shook his head to him to say, "You didn't hurt me, mate, but trust me, we know what they're like, Barry."
Yeah, we really do. Landed with a good right hand there, a second to go as well. Sabbar went through the guard there of Azahar.
Yep, Sabbar for me doing enough again in that round, and it's a little injustice really. What my scorecard reads to Azahar and Sabbar, because Sabbar have got winning most of these rounds. I've got Azahar winning a couple of rounds as well, but each round has been very competitive, very close, like that 7th round there.
Well, it's one of those things where you think Azahar is in the fight, but he can't win it unless he knocks him out. So it's one of those weird, and that's the way that boxing scores, unfortunately, for people just watching it home, enjoying the fight. But round by round, it's a one-sided fight, but every round's massively competitive.
So what's your advice to Azahar now in his corner? What would your advice be? Would you say to him, listen, son, you know, you're behind on the scorecards, you're going to get no favours here, by the way. You need to go out there, you need to roll the dice, you need to throw the kitchen sink. Educated pressure.
It depends on who he is. If it's in him, if it's not in him, what's the point? Just
well, I
safe.
think that's his sort of style. He's that sort of guy.
I'm with you. I think if it's in him, he got to go for it. And like, you don't want to get yourself caught and knocked out. But ultimately, you didn't fight to win him. And at some point, you've got to dare to be great. And I think this is his moment now in this fight. Dare to be great. You've got to go for it. You've got to put the pressure on Sabbar. I haven't really pushed him back. And there you go, landed and work off that. Once you have success, go mad for it after that.
Well, here we are, 8th and final round. Sabbar in the white shorts, Azahar in the red shorts with the white waistband. Sabbar on our scorecard. Got a handy little lead, but doesn't really tell the story of this contest because Azahar really has played his part in it. Looked dangerous out of that southpaw style. Landed some good right hooks over the top. Let's see what happens here in this 8th round. Both guys trading there. Sabbar got to be careful he doesn't come out with those hands low.
Oh, lovely work from Sabbar. He did get caught with the right hook there from Azahar, but the better work still was the guy moving forward. Oh, good right hand as well.
Yeah, beautiful right hand straight through the middle there. Azahar took that shot well. Lovely screw shot there with the left hand as well.
He hasn't got the gears if he has a hold, unfortunately. I think he can punch hard and he can let his hands go to an extent, but I don't think he's got the gears to rush it.
Yeah, he seems to have blown a gasket, if I'm totally honest. He's in there, he's looking for that single shot, but as you say, Barry, I'm not sure that he's got the energy in him to step it up that pace. If anyone looks like they're losing the confidence and got the energy at the moment, is Sabbar. He's the one that seems to be light on his feet, good head movement there as well.
And he's having to take punches, Sabbar, but the fighters who come forward often do have to take a few shots, but he's willing to take a little cuffing shot now in this stage of the fight to land with the better work that he's producing for me in this last round. It's a good finish. If he can maintain this pace now for this last minute here, Sabbar, this will be a good finish to a very good performance.
Yeah, he could have played it safety here. He probably knows he's got his nose in front in this one. He could have took his foot off the gas a little bit, but it's a good finish there. Lovely right hand, just clipped the whiskers there of Azahar.
What's been good for Sabbar is he's become more relaxed as the fight's gone on, and that's allowed him to box a lot better.
Yeah, really using confidence up there now, isn't he? He's just stepping it up, he's going for that finish. We got 35 coming up to 30 seconds on the clock now. And as a boxer, Barry, you know you've got that clock really in your head, don't you? You know now you're getting close to the finish line. Yeah,
this is, if you've got it in you know, this is where you put your foot on the gas. Whether you're looking for the knockout, oh, you got clip there, Sabbar coming forward. Or you just throw flurries of lots of punches because you're trying to outwork the guy. Whatever you have in your locker, this is the time to let it go. For Azahar, not for Sabbar, he's in a lead now. He's just got to play it safe here, skate home. But he's not doing that, he's looking to push the pace.
Yeah, entertaining the crowd there, Sabbar. That was a good finish in that 8th round, and another round we've got on our scorecards in the bank for Sabbar. Bishara Sabbar for us, running out a handy winner. But Mohammed Azahar really did play his part. Here's to take a look at some of the action in that 8th round.
No, he did because of there was always a danger with that right hook, whether it was short or long here from Azahar. So there was always an anticipation that from Sabbar that he had to get it right, the attacks. Made him a better fighter tonight, I felt. It made him come out of himself, and even though he had to be tentative in him, so it wasn't like a blood and guts fight ever, but it showed his range of ability, it showed his adaptability to think on his feet, and when he had to, he let his punches go with accuracy, and he relaxed more as the fight went on. I thought that was a stand-up performance from him. For his level, where he is right now, against the opponent he was up against, a fantastic performance.
Yeah, and great platform as well, Barry. WBC Youth Silver title on the line. You know, that gives them the confidence of winning a title. And as you know, Barry, winning a title elevates you to another level as a fighter. And that's what it will do for this young man here.
The belt means nothing to anyone else. Let's be honest about it. We're a boxing fan. But to you, when you win your first minor belt, it's everything. Now, like you said, to put that belt around your waist, you feel like something. And you feel like a champion. You feel like, no, this is the start of my successful route to bigger and better things.
Well, when you think like a champion and not like a challenger, it is a different mindset you have when you get in there. And as you know, Barry, boxing is 20% physical and 80% mental. You know, if we've all trained, we've done all the runs we can do, we've done all the groundwork we can do, all the sparring, all the pad work, you left no stone unturned, then it becomes down to a psychological battle. But I think we're just about to get the scores now coming in from the MC. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I read the scorecards, a round of applause for both fighters in this title matchup. Presenting the belt Give a round of applause for the current WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Badu Jack the Ripper. After 8 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Andrei Chevelovsky scored the contest 78-74, while judges Gary Kitanowski and Mike Hill scored the contest 79-73 for your winner by unanimous decision. From Amman, Jordan, he is still undefeated and now the new WBC Youth Champion, Bishara Sabbar.